Namaste, my friends. It is I, Jamie Linden Wahlberg, pronouns he, they, plant-powered spiritual wellness coach, healer, intuitive chef. It has been a while, and as you can see, I'm groomed, I'm alive. I have survived, thrived through, loved through COVID round 2. And frankly, I'm hoping that this has actually reversed my long COVID. I have been essentially starting my 2023, or what is often perceived as the start of the new year in 2023 right now, questioning whether I'm in my new year because of how this all has started. And I may appear that I am holding it all together in terms of true calmness, but it is really just because I have spent the last couple of weeks dealing with a lot of things. Many of you know already that 2022, I've expressed, has felt to be one of the most challenging years of my whole soul experience, and particularly of this lifetime. And 2023 is a year that I'm reclaiming, and yet I began with a sexual assault and COVID and going through massive family dynamics and all of these different things that have completely uprooted a lot of my life. And I spent the past over 2 weeks now, I guess, since this all started to begin for me, like the 7th, but I didn't really know about it kind of until like the 9th. So it's the 28th of January. So all of this time, I have been going through all of this, and I have been actually in danger and actually feeling completely unsafe and not being safe. And I've had people trying to break in. I've had this whole thing going on. I've had a lot going on. And I've been thinking about moving back to New York for a good while. It's been about a year since I've gotten pretty serious, and more serious when Grammy's transitioned in June. And she wanted me to actually move back when I got, around when I got COVID last year. And this is like a big cycle, right? So like last year was the universal 6th year of harmony and balance and love and healing. And it's been 6 years since I've moved, and it could be very easy to look at my lived experience right now and say that everything that I was going through 6 years ago right now is exactly how things were. But not everything is as it seems, because I'm a very, very different person, and a lot of different way of being, and a lot of different things. A lot of things are very, very different from 6 years ago. And I am back in this like emergency place, this place of wanting to feel a deep longing again, and in this deep shift and remembrance. And so I've urgently been attempting to get to New York for my safety, with the cats, and also to figure things out and foundationally to move. And I need help. I need help A to Z from now until landing in an apartment in a place safely in New York. I need help in a lot of different ways. Right now, Tuesday evening, I am going to be landing in New York. And I don't know how long I'm going to be there. I'm guessing at least a week to 2 weeks. And my goals there are to heal, to be safe, to figure out an apartment situation, to make new connections, to reconnect with friends and family, and to make healings there, to take clients, to find clients, to rebuild, to really build a clientele there, because 6 years ago I wasn't doing any of the things that I'm doing now. I didn't even know that I had the ability to do the things that I'm doing now. And what I know is that to serve more powerfully, to serve more often, to do all the things that I know I'm being called to do and want to do and desire, I need to be safe, and I need to feel safe, and I need to, I don't know what that, anyone see that big energy that just, I don't know if you saw it here on this screen, but I also have Instagram here, and there was a huge energy that just literally flew past my screen. I know that I am protected. I know that I am guided. I know this is all completely in alignment. I mean, I'm wearing my mark, but like, I know it is because this is all like a movie mirroring of 6 years ago in such a different way. So I have, to be frank, very little money to play with here. I have figured out who is going to be staying with the cats while I'm on this trip and staying here to make sure that there is safety for them and that things are continuing along here. And then I am figuring out where I'm going to be, how, like, I still need to figure out who's going to drive me to the airport this time, who's going to pick me up at the airport that time, where am I going to stay. There's a million factors. And then when I get there, of course, continuing on with this and figuring out where am I going to live and how am I going to do all of these things. What is helpful to me right now is to have support in any of the ways that I need help with. Support in helping me continue with my healing on my body, mind, soul, subtle body level, right? So if you are also a practitioner and you want to do trades or you want to be in service to me, like, I've had the privilege of I participate in a virtual Reiki group, and I feel their love and their protection and their Reiki. If you are someone who is also neurodivergent or even not neurodivergent and you understand the concepts of body doubling and support swapping, these are what I need right now the most, is honestly the money and the tangible rides and the actual body doubling, body swapping. Body doubling is a method whereby, ideally in person, but virtually you can do this as well, where you simply take on tasks together, and just by being there, you're holding accountability, you're checking in, you're supporting to make sure that actually tasks get done. It's also helpful for people to just take tasks off my list. If you've ever moved across the country while you're in an emergency, there's a lot to figure out. And there's a lot of moving pieces. There's a lot of, things that are perceived as hurdles. It feels deeply uncomfortable for me to ask for help. However, as I always say to all of you, we are one when we help each other, when we have the ability to have our cup filled because we need it so that we can continue to overflow. We reach to those who have the overflow. I know that I am worthy of support because I am an unconditionally loving being with the purpose of anchoring unconditional love back into Gaia and the collective. And I stand by that and I embody that moment to moment and day to day. And by you helping me, you are honoring this mission and you are ensuring that I am able to continue to do this. If you have ever received any ounce of support and love from me and you feel called and you have an overflowing cup in some way to support me, please reach out, because I need to get home. I need to get home. I cannot stress enough. If you have ever been someone who has experienced trauma and emergency, you know very well it is challenging to be your best. It is challenging to make every action and decision yourself. The highest decision I can make from of within to for my highest self, my highest good, within for to of the highest good of myself and the collective, is to do what I'm doing right now. Is to get real and to get vulnerable and to set the example that you are worthy of asking for support when you need it. Because I am still supporting. And in order to do that powerfully, I need to be able to get that support. I need to be able to have my cup refilled. Can you help me refill my cup? What resources do you have to serve and support me right now? If you feel called to help me, I need rides, I need support swapping and body doubling. Support swapping, for those who don't know, is when you simply, it's like a trade of support, right? So if things that I do are supportive to you and you don't have funds to pay me, but you have things that you know will support me right now, then I need that. I'm going through so much professionally right now, and in order for me to be able to navigate these things, to be able to complete the projects that I didn't finish last year, to be able to make sure I am truly starting this new chapter, I need help. It's okay to need help. It's okay to ask for help. And that's what I'm doing right now. And it's taken me from the 9th until today, the 28th, to have quite this level of courage and awareness and ability to discuss this right now and to actually say and spell out what it is that I need and that I need. Because something, it can feel very scary when you are in a vulnerable position, to be vulnerable as a leader. However, being a leader is about embodying and actually setting the example. See, there was a part of me that believed that if I came and really asked for this help and I shared really what space I was in right now, that people wouldn't want to hire me, that people would be afraid to receive from me because they would think that they would be taking something from me that I can't give, or that I'm somehow been a fraud or lying or whatever else. And I realized none of that's true. None of that's true. And it may be that some don't feel comfortable. That's okay. I can tell you right now, though, that my clients are still giving me testimonials and they're still showing up, and I'm still showing up. And when I needed the time, when I was bedridden with COVID and I needed the time, I asked for the time. And I made it right by offering additional sessions. There's always a way to love through. There's always a way to solve the issue. There's always a way to find a way to make things back into balance. And everything is always in harmony and balance. It's a perception. It's an experience. So when I got real with myself and I dove in, I said, this is an ego issue. This is me being afraid of looking good. This is me being afraid of seeming weak and of people perceiving me to be something I'm not. And here's the thing. People have been perceiving me to be what I'm not my whole life. People have been making assumptions about me my whole life. People have been setting expectations for me my whole life. And the fact is, that will continue until the collective is ready to not do that. And it will continue as long as I continue to reflect that within myself. And so I caught myself judging myself a lot. I was judging myself a lot. And when I realized that I was judging myself a lot, I went to bring myself unconditional love. And I said, Jamie, I love you unconditionally. It's okay that you are experiencing this judgment right now. It's programmed into you. And you're experiencing it because you're experiencing a trauma response. because you're in an emergency. And so you're actually reacting in a totally healthy, predictable way for what is understood for your circumstances. And by being vulnerable and setting the example, there are people that will feel empowered. There will be people that will feel healed. There will be people who will be attracted to be served by you and to support you. And so from that new narrative, I am here live, asking for support and sharing with you a bit of my story. I'm reclaiming 2023. 2023 is going to be the year where I am healthy. It is going to be the year where I'm able to serve more powerfully and bigger than ever before. I need your help to get home to New York so I can do this. I need your support so that way I can move home to New York and I can be this person. Namaste, my friend. It has been a long time. And so as I continue to love through this sexual assault, as I continue to love through healing from COVID, as I continue to love through these dynamics and healing of all of these dynamics that are so important to me, I find myself really ready to go back to New York to face all of the fears that I ran from and the fears that are coming up for me to address now. When I left New York to come to LA, I also ran towards fear. And so now I've alchemized this. I'm leaving. I'm making the choice to leave LA to go towards fear. And yes, I have fear here now in this experience with what is happening for me. The difference is that now I understand that we can run towards fear and we can run away from fear at the same time. Because fear is simply a narrative and a perspective. If you change that word to any number of words to shift to transformation, I'm asking you for help because I'm experiencing transformation on both sides. And I need to transform and transport myself and the cats from LA to New York. This is what I need for my safety, for my well-being, for my highest good. And with my highest good, it is in the highest good of all. And within my highest good, I am able to serve for my highest self in the best ways, most ways possible, the deepest ways possible. I can then live an unconditionally loving, deepened, intimate, balanced, and healthy life. I'm asking you to support me in getting back to mine so that way I can continue to support you in loving through yours. Will you help me? Can you fill my cup? Do you have an overflow to give? If you do, please reach out. I love you. I love you. I love you. Thank you. I thank you. I thank you. I will continue to serve from my highest good, from my best self, when and how I can. Reaching out, hiring me to serve you is a very big way to help right now. Providing rides, providing contacts, providing resources, providing body doubling, support swapping, financial support, all of these things are helpful. Emotional support, all of it's helpful. I will continue my purpose of anchoring the remembrance of unconditional love back into Gaia and the collective. And I ask within this for myself, for you to do this with us too. Namaste.